Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today I wanted to do, we'll call it a top five, but it's actually a top six. I wanted to just kind of showcase some, like maybe some different side deck options that maybe you're not playing or forgot about. There's at least a few of these that I'm sure you just really don't think of anymore because they're kind of older cards. But yeah, we'll go over those. So I have two monster cards, two spells, and two traps. Just some like unexpected side deck cards that maybe you're not playing right now. So first one is Chaos Hunter. Now this one, it was played a lot back when like ABCs first came out. It was super popular then, and it really hasn't been much since then. It's basically just when your opponent special summons a monster, you discard one card, special summon this, and your opponent cannot banish cards. So you can see how against certain meta decks, that banishing cards is super important. And so if you get this out, you just stop that. So it's kind of a cool little tech card. The other one that really sees like no play anymore, and it's mostly because it's Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Mostly because extra decks are so important to a lot of strategies that you can't risk playing some, random card in your extra deck just so you can banish in a certain matchup. But I think there's a lot of cards that, maybe you're afraid of in an extra deck. I think more at a locals level, this is probably something that might be fun if you have some people there playing certain decks. That like ABC, if you banish, if you reveal ABC Dragon Buster, they're probably done, I would imagine. Hard to come back from that if all your ABC Dragon Busters are banished. So against certain decks, it can be detrimental, but it's kind of a cool one. For a couple spell options, the first one, Book of Eclipse. It's another one kind of from a while ago that was at one time used quite a bit, but I think it would be just as good now. You just change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. Although during the end phase, you change them all to face-up defense position, and your opponent draws cards equal to the number. But basically, once you're flipping a monster, of your opponent's face down, they're not going to be able to link it away. They're kind of just stuck with it. Obviously, giving them two cards is probably the main reason this card is just not played anymore. But it's usually not an issue, really. Or it's a quick play, it's something you could do on your turn. But yeah, it could really mess up certain decks. And the other spell card is actually Mystical Space Typhoon, and it's not played anymore. People are playing Cosmic Cyclone and Twin Twisters, but Twin Twisters you have to send a card. Sure, it does destroy two spells and traps, but it's a 2-for-2 basically, and this is just a simple 1-for-1. It's a quick play. I think in certain decks, especially like Sky Strikers, I think Mystical Space Typhoon should be preferred maybe over especially Twin Twisters. I think this would probably be the better option. But it's, again, just a simple 1-for-1. I think it's a nice card to consider. If you need just spell trap removal, it's simple. Really nice card. And then for traps, one that's hardly ever played, and mostly because it does not restrict link summoning, but Dimensional Barrier against certain decks. You just declare one monster card type, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Pendulum, and for the rest of this turn, neither player can special summon monsters of the declared type. And then you negate the effects of all monsters on the field of that type as well. So you can see how against certain strategies, obviously ones that play a lot of Xyz monsters or a Pendulum deck, this could just absolutely demolish them and just at least stop them, obviously just for a turn. But sometimes that's all you need. Just stop them for a turn and then, OTK them or build a board that they can't get past. So I think it's definitely a card to consider. Maybe it's one you forgot about, but it's a nice one. It's also a normal trap, so it's a target with a Trap Trick, which is a cool little thing you can do with it. So it's a good side deck option for that reason. And the final card that I'm going to showcase is Different Dimension Ground. Now this is again another trap trick target, so it's easy to get to. And then so basically all it says, you just activate it, and this turn, any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So again, against a lot of strategies, especially like your link strategies, they need their cards to go to grave or to be in grave. So just having them banished instead. You can see kind of the work that like Dimension Shifter is doing right now. It's really hurting a lot of decks. So why not play a trap card that does basically the same thing? So yeah, that's my top 5 kind of unexpected side deck options that you guys might be interested in. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.